is P. Diana, and I'm together with Rodin Chris Laurito and Jean Kelly Etyong. And for our video, we are going to discuss special topics in HR, and our chosen topic is training and development. In training and development, we are going to discuss three problems, and I'm going to discuss the first problem. So, before I proceed to problem number 1, I'm going to discuss first what employee turnover is. Employee turnover or employee turnover rate is the measurement of the number of employees who leave an organization during a specific time period, typically 1 year. Employee turnover refers to the number of or percentage of workers who leave an organization and are replaced by a new employee. So it means that they measuring the number of employees in their organization. They measuring it for them to know if they provide their employees' needs, if they are effective or efficient as a company or organization. If they see that the percentage is high, it means that they need to improve their organization. So now, let's proceed to problem number 1. I'm going to discuss the relationship between motivating factors, employee retention, and job satisfaction. First is motivation. It does stimulate that move a person to perform certain action which require an effort to achieve in objectives. Second, employee retention. It refers to practices, policies, and the overall strategy designed to retain its best employee, thus reducing the turnover. And it also main focus area of the company's HR department. Third is job satisfaction. It defined as the extent to which an employee feels self-motivated, content, satisfied with their job, stability, career growth, and comfortable work-life balance. This three was needed to avoid or reduce employee turnover. In motivation, it serves as goals for employee to do their job. In employee retention, it's better if they have overall strategy for them to satisfy their employee. And last, for the job satisfaction, it means that the company should satisfy their employee because satisfaction or satisfy employee leads to company or organizational goals. So, for the first bullet, motivation has become one of the fundamental aspects in explaining and understanding the behavior of people at workplace. This is according to Bernabu and Turo 2003. It says here that through motivation, we can see how dedicated the employee in their job if they're going to have something at the end. Like for example, I'm a manager and I gave my team a project that would last for a month. And that project has an equivalent reward or incentives. If the incentives or reward was good enough, then the employees will give their best for the project. But if can't reach their satisfaction, they won't put extra effort for the project. It says that we can see the hard work of an employee if they're going to have something or they have goals at the end of the project. So next is according to Robbins 2003. He sees work motivation as the willingness and ability of employees to perform a certain activity or task in relation to attainment and achievement of corporate goals and objectives. Robbins says that he sees motivation as a way of employee to do their job. They set a motivation as their goals to finish their given project or task to them and also help the company to achieve its goals. And for the next bullet, Olaji 2000 asserts that motivation is a way of encouraging workers to perform efficiently towards the achievements of corporate goals. Through motivation, employees will work hard since they have reason to do this, and also this will result to a good outcome of the company. And last, therefore, the rationale behind the understanding of work motivation is centered on the relationship that exists between or among one's drives, values, and incentives. It says here that motivation is about what employee can we do to have or to achieve their goals. So, in the next slides, I'm going to discuss each bullet. In the first bullet, it means that we shouldn't focus on what we can get but focus on the job that's given to us. For example, as a manager, I gave you a project that has a big incentives. You as an employee, you shouldn't focus on what you can get from me, but focus on the opportunity you will get and the possible project you will receive in the near future if you did your best. Because for me, the hard work of an employee is equal to the biggest opportunity in the near future. Next, next bullet, it says here that motivation is an individual ability that they use to get what they want that makes them happy and satisfied. For example, I'm an employee and I have a lot of dreams to do. So I'm going to set a motivation and it will lead me to work harder to get what I want. But in the next bullet, it says that there's some employee who are willing to do their job without any rewards or incentives given to them, since it's their own will to do it. For example, my manager gave me a job and it has a big incentives. But for me, incentives is nothing compared to what I want to get if I put my time and passion to the task or the project given to me. And the last bullet, like my example in the last paragraph, employee will experience a lot of things while finishing to the task given to them because it will leads them to their goals. That's why they're going this on their own will. And for the last part of my report, the first bullet tells that motivation is an action that helps us to achieve our goals through salary, material possession, additional bonuses, prestige, benefits, and etc. In the last bullet, it shows here how motivation factors, employee retention, and job satisfaction are connected to each other. It also gives some example for you to understand it. Additionally, set our motivation as goals and put our passion in our job. So that's the end of problem number 1. So now, let's hear Miss Jean Kelly Echong for the problem number 2.
Thank you, Miss Diana. Everyone, I'm Miss Chinkele Etchong, and I'm going to discuss you the problem number 2. Our first main reason for high employee turnover is lack of growth and progression. Opportunity for growth and development is very important for retaining good employees. If an employee feels trapped in a dead-end position, they are likely to look towards different companies for the chance to improve their status and incomes. It's just said that all of us wants to grow and experience new things in our chosen field. But what if company doesn't give us the opportunity to grow? Then why would you stay? If an employee felt like they were in a dead end position, they were likely to start looking or finding new jobs to other companies that has a good offer in terms of improving the employee status, income, and more incentives. Second reason is being overworked. It might seem natural that in periods of economic pressure, you ask your staff to take on extra responsibilities. You might need to let people go and ask the remaining employees to pick up the slack by working longer hours or even weekends. But asking workers to choose between their work life and personal life will never sit well. Instead, it will contribute to a higher turnover as employees grow frustrated. So, I prepared 4 signs that you are being overworked. First, difficulty relaxing is a sure sign of being overworked and maybe even a total job burnout. Second, feeling that there's not enough hours in the day you feel like you're working all the time is when working overtime becomes a regular part of your job. Third, feeling like you'll never catch up. No matter how fast or efficiently you work, you're never able to keep up with the constant flow of additional work. This is especially true with the employees who function as the go-to person in the office, who troubleshoots more complicated problems and is routinely expected to back up less productive coworkers. Fourth, lastly, your health is visibly deteriorating. You're losing weight. You're so stressed that you don't feel like eating. You're gaining weight. You lack of time to exercise or stress eating. You're routinely functioning with a variety of aches and pains that have no identifiable cause. Your doctor is reporting dangerous increase in your blood pressure. You're taking multiple medications, prescription and over the counter just to get through the day. You're tired even on the days that you don't work. You lost interest in everything. Family, friends, recreation, and hobbies is close to non-existent because you simply don't feel you're apt to it. Lack of feedback and recognition. If you avoid giving feedback, you might be pushing your employees away. Feedback is the first step to ensuring your employees succeed, so avoiding this process can be detrimental to their success. If an employee is struggling, your honest feedback can help them manage their workload and refocus. Ignoring the opportunity for feedback or providing unhelpful feedback will leave your employee to flounder, become disheartened, struggle, and eventually give up. Feedback clarifies expectations, helps employees learn from their mistakes, and it builds confidence. Positive feedback is easy. It's not hard to find the right words to tell someone they've done a good job or simply congratulate them. If the company give harsh or inappropriate choice of words or not giving feedback at all, the employee might not feel encouraged. One of the biggest motivators for the employees is to be held in high esteem by their superior and coworkers. The best way of earning this respect is by being acknowledged or recognized for being good at what they do. If an organization lacks in giving recognition, the employees might feel unappreciated. The last main reason for high employee turnover is poor employee selection. Finding the perfect employee is difficult, but forcing a match with an employee that is clearly not right for the company culture or values will never end well. Even though you are desperate to fill that position, picking a poorly matched employee is bad for you, your company, and the employee. No one does their best work when they are unhappy, and an incompatible employee is unlikely to be content with their new position. Hiring or promoting someone with a poor job fit will result in low productivity and weak morale. Similarly, trying to develop or coach an employee who is not compatible with the position will only lead to frustration and can even lead to employee turnover. Next is little opportunity for decision making. Micromanaging stamps out of the opportunity for innovation, which is not what you want. Stifled, overmanaged employees are likely to grow frustrated with the lack of freedom, which contributes to high turnover. Instead, trust your employees to perform well. Allow them some freedom, and you are sure to see their enthusiasm skyrocket. Employees may be able to identify factors you wouldn't otherwise have considered and predict possible issues which may arise, helping address concerns early on and improving the chances of success of decisions the company may make. It was also revealed from the research that when employees see themselves as not being part of the decision making process, they become discontented and apathetic, which is likely to adversely affect organizational performance. That's all for problem number 2. Let's call on Miss Regine Laurito to discuss us the problem number 3.
Good day, everyone. Hello, I am Regine Grace Laurito, and I will be reporting for my part in explaining the ways to reduce employee retention. So, we as a future HR professionals, dapat natin alamin or magkaroon tayo ng idea kung ano nga ba ang mga ways para ma-reduce ang isang employee retention. So, ano nga ba ang isang employee retention? Ang employee retention is nag-refer siya sa effort ng mga companies or firms na ma-maintain ang isang working environment kung saan sinusuportahan nila ang mga current staffs or employees na mag-remain na mag-work sa isang company. So now, I will be further discussing the ways to reduce employee retention.
So, there are 8 ways para ma-reduce ang isang employee retention. So, firstly ay ang onboarding and orientation. From the very start, lahat ng mga new hired employees is kinakailangan talaga nila na magkaroon ng isang onboarding and orientation. So, isinasagawa ito from the first day of work to the first week and beyond, and naglalast siya for weeks or months na nakadepende sa isang organization. So, dito sa onboarding and orientation is natutulungan ang lahat ng mga employees na ma-develop ang kanilang mga skills and also for their job rotations. Pero hindi lang dapat ang ituturo or i-orient sa kanila about their job, but also kailangan din nila matutunan ang company culture. Kasi alam naman natin na ang company culture is innate na siya. So, dapat ang mga employees ang mag-a-adjust sa culture or policy ng isang company. At isa pa, sa tulong ng isang orientation, magiging aware sila or matuturuan sila kung paano makapag-contribute sa company. At dito, dinidiscuss din kung ano ang mga aiming goal or achievement ng company. And lastly, lahat ng mga employees sa orientation is may freedom silang mag-address ng mga questions at issues regarding sa company at may karapatan din silang mag-isip or gumawa ng solution about doon. So next slide is mentorship programs. Pairing a new employee with a mentor is a great idea for onboarding. New team members can learn the ropes from a veteran with a wealth of resources, and the new hire offers a fresh viewpoint to experienced staff. Mentors shouldn't be work supervisors, but they can offer guidance and be a sounding board for newcomers, welcoming them into the company culture. So, sinasabi dito na ang pagkakaroon ng pairing ng isang new employee at mentor ay napakalaking tulong para ma-enhance ang skill ng isang tao. Dahil ang purpose lang naman ng mentoring is to tap into the existing knowledge, skills at experience ng isang senior or high-performing employees na magta-transfer or magtuturo sa mga less experienced employees in order to advance their career. Sa mentorship programs din, the mentors shouldn't be work supervisors, meaning hindi nila lahat ituturo ang mga mentorship style sa kanilang mentee. But ang kailangan lang nilang gawin or may offer nila is guidance lamang. Then ang mga new employee, kung ano ang mga tinuturo ng kanilang mentor, is dapat nagiging attentive sila at makapag-isip ng mga new strategies and style para mas ma-enhance pa ang kanilang sarili. So next is employee compensation. Dito sa employee and compensation, alam naman natin 'di ba na kaya nag-work ang isang tao or ang isang employee is not only for the satisfaction sa isang work but also for the money. So merong mga competitive labor market para sa mga big companies na nag-o-offer ng mga new employees na mag-a-attract sa mga compensation packages. Like for example, nag-i-include ito ng mga salaries of course, bonuses, paid time off, health benefits, retirement plans, and kung ano-ano pa mga packages na nag-distinguish para sa isang workplace. Also, yung mga employer is dapat din nilang bigyang pansin or ipaalam at ipaintindi ang sa kanilang fellow employees kung ano-anong mga benefits ang matatanggap nila galing sa kanilang company. So, next slide is recognition and reward system. It is very grateful and napaka-overwhelmed as an individual kapag na-appreciate tayo ng ibang tao. So, same din yan sa work. Napakagaan sa feeling kapag na-appreciate tayo ng ating mga boss or employer natin. So, as a boss, napakagandang way na i-appreciate ang iyong mga employees like sa pagbibigay ng simple gestures or simple thing gaya ng pagbibigay ng sincere email, gift card, or an extra day off na mga paraan para ma-feel naman nila na valuable sila sa kanilang work. Show your employees you appreciate them. Kasi dahil sa pagkakaroon ng recognition or reward system is naiisip or nafe-feel ng mga employees na kaya pala maraming mga nag-remain or nag-encourage na mag-work sa company kasi napaka-understanding and very near to approach sa kanilang boss ng sa kanyang employees. Lastly, some companies set up reward systems that incentivize great ideas and innovation. Pero pwede din naman ang company na mag-institute or mag-set ng isang recognition programs for all employees kahit maliit lang na budget. So, next slide is work-life balance. Isa ito sa pinakamahalagang ways para ma-reduce ang isang employee retention na pagkakaroon ng isang work-life balance. 'Di ba, alam naman natin na ang opposite ng work-life balance is burnout. So, it is very essential na maglaan tayo as an individual ng healthy work-life balance. At dapat kailangan din alamin ng management kung ano ang kahalagahan nito para sa lahat ng mga employees na nag-work. Ang management dapat is mag-iisip ng mga ways para maiwasan ang pagkakaroon ng overfatigue sa mga employees, gaya na pag-encourage ng mga na mag-take ng vacation time, at if ang employees naman is nag-overwork, try to offer your employees in the next day na mag-day off naman sila para ma-cope up niya yung sarili niya, especially ang kanyang mental health na ma-relax. Dahil sa mga ways na ito is nai-increase ang pagkakaroon ng job satisfaction at maganahan naman na mag-work, lalo na dito nagli-lead sa pag-grow ng pagiging successful ng isang company. Also, many companies offer telecommuting or flexible schedules to improve work-life balance for their employees. Gaya ngayon na meron tayong pandemic na dinadanas, may mga other companies na nagsaset ng flexible schedules or work from home. Malaking tulong ito para may freedom ang mga employee na mag-work, and at the same time, nagmo-multitask sila and for their other business na ginagawa. So, next slide is training and development. In any position and industry, professionals want the possibility for advancement. Smart managers invest in their work's professional development and seek opportunities for them to grow. Ask each of your direct reports about their short and long-term goals to determine how you can help achieve them. Some companies pay for employees to attend conferences or industry events each year or provide tuition reimbursement or continuing education training. Ang isang technique or strategy para magiging successful ang isang company at mas ma-enhance ang knowledge ng mga employees is ang mga smart managers ay nag-i-invest sila ng mga work professionals na mag-study abroad para makagain ng mga new ideas, innovation, development skills to help them for the growth of the company. At isa pa, kailangan din na pag-usapan or magbigay ng report for short and long-term goals kung paano makatulong or ma-achieve ang dapat na gawing solusyon dito or sa lahat. And so, lastly, some companies pay for employees. Gaya nga ng sinabi ko kanina, na naglalaan sila ng compensation for employees to attend some seminars or conferences, not only for abroad but also here in the Philippines to gain and developing skills to advancement. So, the seventh one para ma-reduce ang isang employee retention is communication and feedback. Keeping open lines of communication is essential for employee retention. Your direct reports should feel that way, that they can come to you with ideas, questions, and concerns, and likewise, they expect you to be honest and open with them about improvements they need to make in their own performance. Make sure you connect with each staff member on a regular basis. Don't let issues build up for the annual review. Napakahalagang ways ito para ma-reduce ang employee retention. It is very essential na may good communication skills ang both employer and employee. Dito, sa paraan na ito, is naiiwasan ang pagkakaroon ng misunderstanding or labor dispute. Like for example, sa pagbibigay or pagpapasa ng mga direct reports, dapat may right and freedom ang isang employee na ma-express ang kanyang sarili regarding sa mga concerns or giving some questions and ideas. Dapat honest review siya para mas lalong mag-build ang trust ng iyong boss, and that way, mai-improve din dito ang iyong good performance. Lastly, as an employee or a secretary of your boss, sa pagpapasa ng mga reports, you need to make sure to connect or consider your other staff members na makipag-communicate din. So, in the end, walang mangyayaring issue or conflict sa inyo. Ang team celebration. Celebrate major milestones for individuals and for the team. Whether the team just finished that huge quarterly project under budget or an employee brought home a new baby, seized the chance to celebrate together with a shared meal or group excursion. Ang team celebration ay isa sa pinaka very enjoyable and pamper moment para sa lahat ng mga employees. It is a very good activity para maiwasan na pagkakaroon ng burnout sa sarili at over fatigue dahil sa work then. Like for example, after all the hard work na binuhos mo sa iyong company, dapat lang na mag-set ang management together with the employees to have a team celebration or kahit simple gatherings lang na para makapag-usap-usap ang lahat. At mapag-usapan din after the victory of your work at magkaroon ng chance na mag-set for sharing a meal together or group excursion like team building. In that way, mas nalilesen yung bigat sa feeling at mas nakikilala nyo pa ang isa't isa and very advantage din yon and that will fall for have a good relationship to others and helping to boost yourself. That's all.
At dito po nagtatapos ang aming report ni na Gian Kelly Ityong at Lovely Grace Diana. Maraming salamat po and God bless.